vi. Recaído. Bora.
The Escalon Club, the heart of British Vampire Society. Quite as subtle as I expected.
Women of all countries unite! Women's right to vote is only the...
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture. It's locked, all right.
Chave do porão.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and Chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, and not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Prewen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We'll have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
It's of no concern of yours.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally, and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the
Fala, Celso. Vai, tá. Tá assistindo a live, hein, maninho? Como é que você tá?
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this
Esse jogo aqui é bem complexo, hein?
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood.
Esse aqui é bem da hora esse jogo aqui,
The
Celso.
blood
Bem
of
legal
our
ele assim.
beloved William Marshall, speak now.
Acabou a produção aí já?
Protect the crown as he did?
Tá na hora de janta já?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign
Nossa,
the book
tocou o
of
Matheus.
allegiance.
Bom, isso é bom.
I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Já acabaram tudo? Nossa senhora. E o cara fez uma... Ai, cara forgado.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us!
A clã dos vampiros. Então tá, né?
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops, morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general.
Tudo correr certo, amanhã eu vou sim.
Was, though very long ago,
Eu aviso pra ele.
not quite a general,
Mas provavelmente eu vou sim.
defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk.
Eu mando mensagem pra ele na hora que estiver subindo.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in
Ah, pro Matheus se inscrever no canal aí.
the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Brewen has started a war
Se eu
against
for, eu
us
vou mais ou menos
British
entrar pras
vampires.
10 e pouco, 11
To
horas,
appease
pá pra
the
ele.
situation, we
Vou ver
must
certinho que eu vou ter que
eradicate
descer no
the
centro,
scowls.
já passo lá, já dou na cadeia. Até meio-dia eu dou o recado, dou a horário certinho, mas até meio-dia eu tô aparecendo lá.
I have met peaceful and wise scowls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all leads
Nossa,
you
agora tem
find,
carta branca,
and get
então.
results.
Ó, meu nível de feitiço aumentou. Show de bola. Consigo controlar mais gente agora. Ih, tem alguma coisa aqui. Posição do jogador.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed.
Calor da
The
bexiga,
Ascalon
velho.
Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating
A careca do
heart,
véi.
you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Você é famoso?
Mr.
Vamos lá,
Dawson.
você é famoso, amiguinho?
Of Dawson and Dawson. The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the
ver o que
situation
que ele vai
like in
falar.
this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Brewen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
A máquina batendo aí tá.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has a will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Não me deu nada, hein? É louco, velho. Acho que eu falei que esse maluco
How's
já...
your investigation going, Dr. Reed? Time is our enemy.
I have a few questions for your lordship.
All right, but be quick.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other.
Toma essa.
So he really is a member, then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are
Qual foi o
counting
que eu tô
on you.
esquecendo?
Play with Brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Pre-Wen end their hunt.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then Dr. Reed. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then Dr. Reed.
Não tem ninguém mais pra investigar aqui embaixo. Cadê todo mundo? Sumiu todo mundo. Vamos dar uma fuçada lá embaixo? Vamos fuçar lá embaixo pra ver? fita, velho. Opa. É lá em cima mesmo, deve ser um daqueles dois caras lá. Ou é esse?
We'll talk later, Dr. Reed. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Doctor.
Tô aí. Não tem ninguém mais no jogo. Pergunta aos habitantes sobre o possível foco de infecção do... Vamos lá.
Yes, Lance Sparrow.
But I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were last.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Jeffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
I have already met Jeffrey McCullum. I'm certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
May I ask you about the
Cara, não quer
mortal
soltar
who
o que eu quero
attended my
saber, velho.
initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal.
Cara,
Are you
não
not
quer soltar o
afraid
que eu
he
quero
might
saber,
reveal
velho.
especially to your enemies?
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club to read. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Não conheço.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
Ah, tem que arrancar alguma coisa desse maluco aqui, velho.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are counting on you.
I'm sure you have more important things to do than talking with an old man like myself.
Não dá nenhuma opção pra mim. que não fala nada.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Vamos sair daqui pra ver o que vai dar. Fala, Val, como é que você tá, maninho? Terminou o jogo lá, Val, ontem, aquele dia lá? Nossa, que calor da bexiga, velho. Oi? Não digo mais demorado. Beleza.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name's Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons.
Que fita.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how aggressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Yeah.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your
É,
name,
joguinho tá interessante, já matei 2 chefes já, mano.
and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Quem são seus verdadeiros pais?
Who
Vamos
are
lá,
your
fala
real
pra
parents?
Elizabeth Ashby is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
Opa! Charlotte foi criada no orfanato de Legion. Ah, por lei. Falta um.
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Como vocês aí se conheceram?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she
já
adopted
falou.
me, and I've lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she
Já
picked
falou,
The
já.
correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Beleza, fiz tudo. Pode ser.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each
Abriu
time I
uma
answer
pergunta
that
pessoal.
question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life, the never-aging mother?
Uma pergunta pessoal já foi respondida.
I'm investigating the source
já
of the
perguntei
epidemic
aqui.
in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Sua vida em Londres. Ponto sobre a vizinhança, o que faz aqui? Ah, a inteligência dela é forte, hein? Mais um, cara. Tem que achar um jeito de... Ah, já perguntei. Aqui é pista, então.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
The night is so peaceful.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble...
Cara.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Tá louco?
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else.
É louco, jogo que é
But the night
investigativo,
always
velho.
has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? All the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Ei, Val, vai jogar o que hoje?
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh,
Caraca,
I
velho.
also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Mano gosta de bons restaurantes e mesas fartas.
How is the
Caraca.
situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful.
É, eu vou fazer 1h30 disso aqui, então vamos ver que eu vou fazer algum jogo diferente aí. Eu quero terminar esse jogo, eu fiquei intertido dele, mano.
Oh, I'm sure the authorities will take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Are you that blind? I've seen
Não vi aquela
hundreds
terceira
of victims
pergunta, cara.
piled up in this city each week.
Mr. Reed, please. Why are you so angry? I did not mean anything by it.
Não vi aquela terceira pergunta. Ok, mesma pergunta.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Are you that blind? I've seen hundreds of victims piled up in this city each week.
Mr. Reed, please. Why are you so angry? I did not mean anything by it.
Uma pergunta já foi pro saco. Uma já foi pro saco.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Vamos ver o que ele gosta de comida.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Ah, sim.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand?
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Ai, ai, ai.
Don't let any strangers come into your house. Have you noticed anything suspicious recently? Remember, don't let any strangers...
55 metros.
That building's under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Vou pegar meus pratinhos preferidos aqui.
This is despicable.
Vamos lá no meu esconderijo ali, né? Fazer um upgrade aqui no nosso vampirinho do bem aqui.
Women die too in this war.
Nosso vampirinho do bem. Cadê meu negócio, velho?
Stop! Right now! Watch out, boy!
Não queria matar vocês não, mas... Obrigado. Teletransporte aqui. Amigão. Tão forte. Caraca, velho. Cadê o negócio? Olha aqui em cima. Caraca. Tudo é isso. Difícil de achar, velho. Pra cá. Esses gays querendo matar eu, né, velho? Esses gays com isso. Caraca, velho, tá difícil achar minha entrada aqui. Quem que é esse maluco aqui?
Good evening, Avery.
Mr.
Quem que é esse doido, varrido,
I
velho?
can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
Legal, eu não sabia.
I'm currently investigating sources of the epidemic in this part of town. Do you know anything useful?
Not really, except all the Macpherson's servants resigned a few days ago.
They feared becoming infected, they said.
The McPhersons? Where do they live?
I think it's a rich house near the railway bridge in the southern part of the district.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Opa! Deu detalhes de alguma coisa.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
Perguntas
What is the
pessoais.
situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the
Galera,
situation
por
is getting
R$2,99
much
se
worse.
torna membro aí
Have
do
you
canal
no
aí.
relatives
Vamos
anywhere?
começar a colocar
I'll understand
conteúdos
if you
para
want to take a
membros
few
aí.
days to see family.
Estamos
Your
tentando chegar
father
pelo menos a
managed to
5 membros aí
guarantee
para
my
começar a colocar
earnings as long
conteúdos
as I
aí.
take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Pera, galera, tô dando água pro meu bebê aqui.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead. There's a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
Puxei mais uma. As 3? Peguei as 3? Estouro.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
You really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Puxei duas. Falta uma.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
Quem sapeca. Essa aqui é minha casa, então, pelo que eu entendi. Pelo que eu entendi, isso aqui é meu. Então, vamos lá. Beleza, agora só como é que eu saio daqui? Isso aqui é meu, tem que ter mais porta, né? Ah, tá.
It's locked.
Trancada. A mamãe querida.
Mother, good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Então tá, vamos ver, perguntas pessoais.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
I wish I could stay here and take care of you. But I'm involved in some terrible things, and I don't want to put you in any danger.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Até a mãe dele, sim.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you, trying not to cry.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you. As pale as my
Ela percebeu que tá pálido.
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson, and my son-in-law, you're all gone. But you all still visit me from time to time.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon. Aubrey, I'm not sure visiting
I
Italy
cannot
is a
enter.
good idea this time of the year.
Dá aquela evoluída nas armas. Eu queria fazer com garfo, mas tudo bem. A machadinha já tá num grau da hora. Três mil e seiscentos. Eu posso evoluir o quê? Ciência. Ciências. 2 ouro, 3 ouro, 4 ouro, 5 ouro, 7, 10 aqui. Deus carregar os sons. Aqui é ganho de sangue. Não me interessa no momento. Agressividade. Ah, não quero também defesa. Aqui ele pode controlar uma coisa, corpo. Ser nível 5. Mordida, regeneração, bolsa de munição. Aldeirão sangue. Aqui eu tenho que mexer por último, velho. Tem muita gente vivendo. Nossa, nível 20, né? Nível 20. Opera instantaneamente. Harmonia. Quantos aqui eu tenho? Seis, 8 placas de chumbo. Caraca, ela tá.
Mary? Oh, my dear daughter. How are you tonight? How is your sweet boy?
Vamos lá, beleza. Encontramos. Damos aquela evoluída, né? Nível 20 já.
Please, sir, whether you need to buy something or not, I am happy to help.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're up to.
Away with you! Steady, boys, we've got one of them!
Nervosão, relaxa aí, velho. Foi nervosinho, hein?
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Dá aquela vasculhada. Aí, galera, quem tá tocando, quem tá assistindo nós, hein? Vamos trocar aquela ideia, hein?
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture. This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You
That's a
killed
chef,
your
eh?
family.
They mocked my talent.
Aí.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
É bom você estar forte, hein?
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Encontra o segundo foco da infecção da família. Ó. Primeiro. Para a mãe. Mezinha morreu. Caraca, velho. $50. Vai lá, irmãozinho. Vai querer me encher o saco, é? Não sai da minha mente. O cara tá na minha porta.
It's locked, all right.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Caraca, velho.
I cannot enter.
Ela não consegue abrir o portão. Ah, vá, pra dar mandioca, vai. Então tá. 50 metros do local, eu não consigo entrar no local. Eu tô chegando agora, muito obrigado pela presença. O novo aqui puder se inscrever no canal, a gente agradece. Se puder deixar aquele like, ajuda demais também a página, hein? Caraca, velho, tô dando volta que nem ponta aqui.
Support the equality between men and women.
Pode ser rápido, pode ser lento. É uma cachadada, não seja cachadada. metros, 15 metros. E aqui. Ó, pegamos uma espingarda. Uma espingarda, velho. Nossa senhora.
Coward, you obliterator!
You infected the...
Meu Deus, chefe. É forte, hein, velho? Os irmãos são fortes pra caralho. É, aparentemente acho que não tem nada mais aqui. 50. Tá aqui, ó.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Capítulo 4 terminado.
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence.
Colocar uma
I
casou.
should go to her acting school.
Partiu lá pra casa, né? Ah, os ratinhos, meu. Ó o cara, velho. Dá sangue pra mim, ratinho. Dá sangue.
I'm doing this.
Sangue.
I have this.
Ah, quantos likes vocês estamos aí?
For blood.
6 likes, galera. Ah, tá bom.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is
Sabe, como é que os ratinhos não viram vampiro, né? Só cor pra tudo que é lado, velho. Morreu! Morreu!
I have this thirst for
É minha casa, velho. Eu tô procurando minha casa no momento, tô procurando minha casa. Achei! Olha meu quarto, velho. Vai ter chegado agora, se puder deixar o like, a gente agradece. Sejam bem-vindos. Não sei o que eu vou fazer com o garfo, mas tudo bem. Essa aqui é muito aqui. Vou mexer nessa parte aqui bem pra frente. Também. Esse jarro de soro aqui pode carregar até 3. 3 o que, velho? Passado de sangue. Vou colocar um aqui. Vou deixar meu vigor e meu coisa maior. Pegou rápido, hein? Nível 21. Preciso aumentar meu sangue tá baixo, velho. O sangue tá baixo. Os caras são mais fortes que eu. E morreu. Eu posso usar o sangue deles agora. Ô louco, Amazão. Assina com a prioridade, é? Ó, tá arrancando bem, meu. 64 metros.
It's locked.
É óbvio que tá trancado, né?
It's locked, all right.
Encontra o acesso ao teatro. Vou encontrar o acesso ao teatro. Um carregamento cada meia hora. Legal, interessante, interessante. Galera, eu vou, vou no meu local de descanso aqui. Aí, ó. Ai. Sete likes, tá bom, tá a média boa. Deu 14 views só. Deu pouquitas. Fala, Ronaldo. E aí, manito, como é que você tá? Seja bem-vindo. Zerou o game, né, já? Calor da bexiga, velho. Estamos no nível 21. Parando o Krauser. Isso aqui tá, né? Eu também tô parando também, né? Vou ver quanto tempo estamos de live aqui. Salve você aí! Salve você! Seja bem-vindo, maninho! Tá dando trampo, FC? A calor da bexiga. Já viu no Londing tão demorado desse jeito, velho? Show. Eu também daqui a pouco você vai embora também, você sai às 11, né? Aí sim. Vai fazer live quando chegar ou nem vai fazer? 61 metros. Calma, é.
This is despicable.
Acho que ele é bem complexo, velho.
I cannot enter.
É que estranho. Os caras já tá fazendo live com o novo Xbox aí, FT, você viu?
When science fails you, this
Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Tem coisa dela aqui, hein? Quantas coisas, fechada.
How is the sanitary situation evolving?
Já, os caras tá fazendo já. O BRKdu, os caras da central estão fazendo já.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Caraca, tá difícil achar esse lugar aqui, hein?
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Salve, os caras estavam fazendo do... Nossa, eu não fiz, né? Os caras estavam fazendo do novo Assassin's Creed. Legal. Posso controlar os caras.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money.
Que legal.
I'm not afraid anymore. I died in this trench a long time ago.
Ai, que fita. Tem tudo pra matar o cara. Ai, que fita.
Thirst for blood.
Tudo pra matar o cara, velho. Nossa, só preciso achar onde eu tenho que ir. Vou usar.
Even the flu is no match for Swanborough cordial. The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money.
Repousar. Tá coceando a barba. Como é que essa mensagem? Comando. colocar coisa. É, Floyd. Chato. Sozinho? $235 de dano? Eita, bagaço! Um troféuzinho? Cara, eu não sabia dessa bagaça, velho. Não sabia disso, velho. $35 de dano, alumínio. Essa parte aqui não me interessa. Aqui. 2, 5, 4. É. No começo. Na verdade a irmã dele salvou ele, né? Aí eu enfrentei ele. Eu enfrentei ela. Ela é uma das chefes do jogo. Você enfrenta ela, tá ligado? Vai ficar loucona. Habilidade desativa. Por enquanto depois eu quero mexer aqui. O molequinho safado. Eu matei o cara. Eu matei esse maluco aqui. Dei um abraço nele. Coitadinho. É, galerinha, eu vou parando por aqui. Estamos com quase 2 horas de jogo aí. Obrigado pela força aí da galerinha que chegou aí. Tá cara descansado, que hoje o dia foi puxado. Agora eu vou dar descansadinho. Falou, galerinha. Com Deus. 1h51, a transmissão foi ao vivo para dar uma variada. Valeu, fui!